What's up, everybody? Rakkan Ramen, R-A-K-K-A-N, Ramen. And it was located within walking distance from Santa Monica Pier, actually. And it was actually a okay experience. I had a few things that I wanted to gripe about as far as the ramen's concerned, but overall I would say it's a good ramen shop. If you're in Santa Monica and you're just craving some noodles, definitely check this place out. It's, like I said, within walking distance from Santa Monica Pier. So yeah, check it out.
Send me to my grave.
I'll tell you about this little lady in my life.
Send me to my grave.
Relationship. Since neither of us ever really agreed
Yes,
on
yes, yes.
But I love her though. And I think she
I
loves
gotta
me.
speak me.
But you know how relationships go. Now check it out now.
At Rakkan Ramen, I got the spicy miso. It was actually the recommendation of the waiter that seated us that evening. I asked him what was a good spicy bowl on the menu. He said the spicy miso, so I went with it. Now, overall, I'd say this was a pretty good bowl of ramen. It had good flavor. It was a really, really strong garlic flavored broth. So if you like garlic, this is right up your alley. I'd say, yeah, overall, it was a good bowl of ramen. However, there were a few things here and there that I kind of want to gripe about. You know, the broth, it was flavorful, it was strong, but it wasn't spicy at all. This was a spicy miso, and it literally had no burn to it. On a spicy miso, it should have like a little something, like pepper or chili or something, but this bowl literally had nothing. The chashu, you could see from the video, it's super thin, and it really didn't have any flavor of its own either. It was just plain, basic chashu. It was just there, honestly. Spice was just non-existent. I asked for a spicy miso. I want at least like a little bit of a tingle or something, but this had nothing. And the noodles were super thin. They barely pulled any of the flavor from the broth.
The place looks nice, huh?
The other toppings were pretty underwhelming too. The egg was super plain, didn't have any marinated deliciousness or anything like that. And the only thing I could really say overall is just, in general, it was a good bowl. Nothing was bad about this bowl of ramen. And the overall vibe of the restaurant was pretty cool. I mean, when we went there, it was actually like prime time, dinner time, but there was nobody else in the restaurant, which was kind of weird at first, but honestly, we had the place to ourselves. We could pick where we wanted to sit. It was pretty nice going in there. Eventually, other folks like came in and started sitting down, but for a little while there, we actually had the place to ourselves. It was kind of cool, and it was dimly lit, you know, but it was still nice, bright enough that you could see what you're eating. It wasn't like they were trying to hide anything, as we've experienced sometimes here in New York. But yeah, overall, it was an okay experience, but if you're in Santa Monica and you really need some noodles, I would recommend it. Otherwise, there's definitely way better ramen in this area. And it's not the worst I've had, but definitely not the best I've had for sure.
I'd be like, lady, it's not spicy.
I don't like saying that, yeah.
That was my opinion of Rakkan Ramen. Obviously, my opinion is not everybody's opinion. Or maybe I went there on an off night and just had this particular experience, but this is what I found when I went to Santa Monica and ate there. And as I always say, leave this world better than you found it. Take it easy.